He
All
will.
right, let's get into this. So
All right.
here we go. Welcome back again. This is what I like to call the collective member spotlight. It's a series where we highlight the people who make the community run. It's not about the big spenders or who spends the most. It's about guys that engage, that are consistently there, that just stay with the positive energy. So today, 2.0 version, round two, if you will, we're going to shine the spotlight on someone who is active across the hobby in multiple rooms, and he brings value everywhere he goes. If you don't know, just watch some of the comments during flashes and some of the fun that he has with everybody. So welcome Nick. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing well, Steve. How you doing over there?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just like we were talking about, digging out of the snow.
Mm.
So appreciate you jumping on. So let's start it from the top. Who is Nick Gammill outside of the hobby? Your day to day.
Day to day right now, man, it's all about taxes. I'm a CPA, so I'm already in full blown tax mode. I'll be working 7 days a week. But really, what I am, I'm a husband. I am a father of a very unique and wonderful boy. I have two dogs, and both of them are sitting here laying down doing absolutely nothing because they're wiener dogs, and that's what they do. Shout out to Glenn. He'll back me up there. They sleep 23 and a half hours a day. I'm a sports enthusiast. I didn't become a collector because I liked cards. I became a collector because I love sports. I love the Astros. I love the Texans. I wish CJ Stroud would stop throwing interceptions.
Yeah, so do I. So do
Uh,
I.
just kills me. But I'm a father. I'm a hard worker, and I live life. That's what I do.
Right on. So sports got you into sports cards, I'm guessing, but how
Yep.
exactly did that happen?
So whenever I was young, I did not relate well to my father. My father and I, never on bad terms, but my dad had a connection with everybody except me. He just couldn't connect with me. I think I told you the story before is my dad never could connect with me, just couldn't figure out how I was wired differently than my brothers. They were all very, you know, uh, very athletic and I was more intellectual. And I love the stat side of sports, just like my son. And I love the numbers, seeing the unique side, the intelligent side, the strategy and stuff. And I started getting into reading the back of sports cards. And a friend of mine gave me some sports cards, and my dad just saw that as an opportunity. And he ran with it. He drugged me down to my first ever local card shop, which at this time, thinking about it now, is this was well before everything was graded, people, just so you know. Everything was raw back then. There was no PSA graded cards back then. And he bought me all kinds of cards, bought me my first 72 Nolan Ryan. He bought me I think I want to say it was the 1958 or something set of Topps Dodgers, all the Dodgers, which I'd burn right now, much to Todd Zulof's complaint. But that's really, where it started is my dad and I found something that connected us and we just ran with it. I made my first real friends because of cards. Guys I still talk to once a week to this day. They don't even collect cards anymore, but they became friends because of cards. So that's it. That's the background. Pretty simple stuff.
Dude, that's awesome. That is it's good to hear because and nothing against it, but we run into a lot of guys that they don't have a lot of early collecting stories. They probably, saw baseball cards when they were a kid, maybe messed around a little, and then time flew, and then COVID happened, and that's where they jumped in. So it's cool to hear that you were able to do that with your dad. Then on top of that, meet all these cats and still be in contact with. That is definitely a rarity. And I can see why, dude. You're super easy to talk to. When we met, it's just you're one of those guys. It's just real easy to click with and just having a ongoing running conversation that just kind of never ends. So,
Right.
um, so how would you describe your collecting style? Like, are you just football cards? And then if that's the case, do you look for certain guys, certain, positions? Like what do you do?
I'm predominant football. TJ does the baseball. So I kind of made that little deal with myself when I started getting back into the hobby a couple of years ago, and I really started kicking back, really getting back into it. I said, you know what? TJ loves baseball. He's obsessed. So any baseball I get or we get is his. Any football is me. So we're big in this house on the Texans. So CJ Stroud's our guy. We collect Nico Collins, but I'm a superstar kind of guy too. I'm a bandwagoner. If I get a chance to get a nice Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, any of those guys, not Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Mike Williams. He sucks. But I like the superstars, and I think it's just really cool to collect all these guys that are just doing. I mean, they're regular people like us. They just have great athletic ability.
Yeah,
But when it comes to baseball, I try to teach TJ about the old school people. So, he's got a Nolan Ryan autographed jersey on his wall. We're very big into Astros, obviously,
sure.
Altuve, Alvarez, stuff like that. So,
So
not much basketball.
the Astros,
Yes, right. Bang the
second.
can, baby. Bang the can.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a fan. I'm gonna say they have the second best uniforms ever in baseball history, and obviously, first I'm going with the Padres. I'm a fan. I'm from there
Okay.
originally, but both of those, those two, and I mean, the Astros. Honestly, they're top five uniforms of all sports, without a doubt. Just my opinion. So a little shout out to you guys on that.
The rainbows, baby. Those
For
are
sure.
those are you're right. Absolutely.
I'm similar to you in the sense that, like, yeah, I got, the my guys, but when it comes to, like, I don't do a lot of autograph jerseys, but I wear a lot of jerseys. I wear a
Yeah.
lot of, Hall of Famers, stuff like that. And my big thing is those throwbacks that are hard to find. And, like, that's one of the jerseys, stuff like that. I'm into that.
I still do all my fantasy football drafts in my John Riggins jersey.
Nice.
And
Yes.
and this ought to be right nice and disgusting for you here. I've never washed that jersey, but I only wear it one time a year. And that jersey, my dad got that for me when I was in high school. I'm about to turn 49. So you do the math, how old that thing is. It's been washed, but I haven't washed it probably in 20 years. So
No doubt. You don't sweat when you're doing your draft, man. I'm freaking out. I'm yelling. Oh
no.
boy.
Wear an undershirt, man. That protects the number one. But number two, you never need to sweat when you know you're going to finish in
Oh,
seventh. You're
here.
good. I
Fair.
am the king of seventh place, baby. What's that wild
Fair.
card six? I got seven on lockdown.
I dig it. Yes, that is fair. So nice. So we're CJ, we're Nico,
Mhm.
Texans guys, and then all-star players or like heavy hitters, liquid stuff, if you will. What's your favorite card that you own right now?
Oh, man. Which of my, you know what? I got to go back. I don't have it here with me. It is in my parents' safety deposit box because that's where my dad put it before he passed, and I don't want to move it. My brother has checked on it. It's still my 1972 Nolan Ryan. I mean, it's the card. It was the card that started everything for me. He is arguably my favorite athlete of all time. He's a testimony to hard work and pushing through. And no matter how much you don't get recognized, you still go out there and you do what it is you do. That has to be it. If it's not that, I've got so many CJ Strouds. I'll tell you, Braxton McCullers, shout out to him. I don't know if you know who that is.
I know the
He's
name.
big in Cards R Us. Shout out to him. I wish I had it right over here next to me, but he got me my first CJ Stroud autograph.
Hmm.
Uh, it's PSA 10. and he sent that to me. So right now I'm still vibing on that. It's been a few months, but that's it, card in possession right now. It's got to be that one, you know.
That's dope. That is cool. So we can get into that here in a little bit, but there's nothing better than whether it's getting you a deal or finding it for you or just gifting it, any of those things. It is awesome when somebody thinks about you when they come across something. I think it is
Mhm.
definitely. So I'm pretty sure I asked you before. I think I remember the answer. But what is a Grail card that you still have not obtained yet?
I still want I want the big cards that okay, so Andrew knows this story. He can testify. He was there when it happened. I had the Spectra gold vinyl 1 of 1 NFL Shield CJ Stroud. We took it, and at the time, I told Andrew, I said, "Man, I got to sell this. I mean, a family needs a little money right now. We got to do this." So I took it to sell, and he said, "Well, why don't you go to Beckett and just get it graded?" So we were walking around, and nobody would offer me more than about 3 grand for the card. And this was when CJ was just starting to decline a little bit. So I took it over to Beckett, and they went in and they slapped a 9.5 pre-grade sticker on it. And I walked back to those same tables that were offering me 3,000 and 3,500, and all of a sudden I started getting $6,500 offers.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy offered me 7 grand, and Andrew pulled me aside. He says, "Man, you got to take that." He goes, "You're not going to get better. I'm telling you, you're not." And I called a couple of my other friends. They said the same thing, pulled the trigger on it. Great, great moment in there. But really what I want is I want a PSA 10, I want a Kaboom rookie, and I want a downtown. I'd like the optic, but I mean I would settle for the
Donruss.
Donruss, and man, I've spent so much money chasing 'em. I could have bought one by now. I could have
For
bought
sure.
one, but those are 2. Color Blast is another one. All the big ones, not the massive ones, but the big ones. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if we're grailing of Grail, who doesn't want the Mick, a Mickey
Sure.
Mantle, but
Jordans. Yeah, I hear
Jordan
you.
rookie,
For
but
sure.
if we're being realistic, if somebody said, "Hey, man, I found this card for you. I'm gonna give you the best deal in humanity on it. I'm gonna take it, just
Yep.
to have that Grail."
Yeah, that's what there's a lot of things that come across in my head, but I always, and it's not the most expensive card, but God, I must obtain a Santa Claus downtown. I have to. I have
Oh
to have
man,
one.
I saw one of those the other day, or
Uh,
it was a couple of weeks ago or
yeah,
so.
I think I
Oh,
saw it too. Somebody lined one. They said it wouldn't jam. I don't. I am unlike I don't care. I don't have to win it. I would love to win it,
yeah, yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
no fool. I'm just
I want
gonna
to win
buy
it.
it when I can, dude. I get it, man.
I want the thrill. I want to be able to say I won this
Yeah,
card.
I know. Dutton, we talked about that quite a bit, and I get it, man. I get it. But I lose, dude. I just consistently lose. Like the way you are in fantasy, I'm with lines. Yeah,
All right,
so
don't get me started,
right.
brother. I'm on a cold spell so long. I'm telling you what, outside wishes it could be as cold as me.
Man, I am the North Pole of cold spells, dude. But
Mhm.
it is what it. Well, that's not totally true. I hit John Godesebois, John's Josh
Go
Allen
Decibel.
auto. Yeah, dude. Um, I hit that Josh Allen auto a couple weeks ago. He
Wow.
flashed. Well, actually, Dutton had it from him, but either way, so that was pretty good. I can't let that go. That's
No, no,
uh,
no, no. See,
nah,
that's what I'm trying to do. Like right now, I've got one that I'm probably about to drop in a flash somewhere. It's a PSA 9 pink Mahomes, and somebody's like, "Well,
Ooh,
it's what you." I want a 10.
yeah,
If it was a 10, it would
yeah,
go into my vault and never come out,
yep, yep.
And I say that to say I just got a Jaden Daniels. I had a friend of mine who does all my grading for me, and he just sent off a JD dual downtown,
Mm-hmm.
JD and Scary Terry, and it came back a 10. Nobody thought it was. I want it from Meggie, Richard Francis.
Nice.
Shout out. I won it from him about 6 months ago or so, and we had that thing sent in, and he said, "I don't know if it'll get a 10, but it'll get a 9." I said, "Hey, 9 will do." and my boy did his work and it came back a 10, and that yeah.
Right on.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
dude.
yeah, you
I
get
hear
it.
you.
You get it. You
Yeah,
get it.
I completely understand, man. Speaking of PSA, I just sent my first non-sports card in, and it was
Oh,
only one. I'm probably a sucker for sending one card, but I couldn't. So
what'd you
I start
send? What was
well,
it?
well, I started dabbling in the Pokemons a while ago, but then I found One Piece a while ago, and I just love One Piece. So I was able
One
to
Piece.
obtain this Luffy illustrator or like art card, and it looks so clean. It's hard for me um to kind of guess how those they seem to all grade really well if there's no obvious the so One Piece is, at least from what I've seen, their QC is pretty good, and if there's no obvious stuff. So PSA emailed me today, they got it. So I'm like, oh, and I don't, it's not even about the money, it's more of like the first card that I ever sent into PSA myself without sending through like our LCS or like somebody I know, because I
Yeah.
usually don't do that, was actually one Ivan pulled out of a repack. He spent his own money, had it mailed to the house, and it was mystery relevant Brock Purdy, Prism
Mm,
Black. You know, it was a nice card, perfect time because he was having that first season that was just a monster. So Ivan sends it in and it gemmed, and I was like, sweet, we can do this. And then, 'cause like I said, I never did it myself before. I'm like, why am I paying these dudes? I got this. That was it. After that, nothing. I'm like, damn.
mm.
So
No.
I don't do very well with it. I need, but I can't see shit either. So,
Oh, I
um,
can't either. Dude, I tried to sell a card a few months back, and this guy looked at it and he says, "Hey," he's looking at a picture of it. He says, "Hey, you see that little dot right there?" I said, "What little dot?" And it was just
right.
a little discoloration, like it just moved like a pixel was off or
Yep,
something. I'm just like, "How did you see that?" I still can't see it. I had to get a magnifying glass out.
dude. I hear you.
I don't know
Yep.
how they do it.
Listen, guys, I'm telling you, I am never going to post or not disclose something, but I will tell you this right now. Assume all raw cards will not gem. I'm telling you, because
That's
I'm
that's why I
blind.
don't chase them. Hey, I gave up chasing raw cards. Like when somebody tags me in a flash, I try not to be mean. I try to be cool and support everybody. I've always been that way. But man, I don't chase raw because I don't know what I'm getting. And if
Sure.
there's got to be a lot of people out there like me that are genuinely not trying to rip you off. Hey man, here's a card. I just want to make some money off of it. I don't collect them. And you get it in and you look at it and say, man, this thing's not even a PSA 8. There's a dimple
Hmm.
here.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
offline. I mean, come on. But so, I just got to where now it's like, no offense. So if you're in the world, you're in the hobby. Yeah. Hey, why can't I get Nick to jump in my lines, get it slabbed, and I'll be there.
Yeah. And
All
get a
right.
10. Get a 10. The boy likes
Get a
tens.
10 and I'll definitely be there.
Yes.
Unless it's a Jalen Hurts. Again, shout out Mike Williams. He's trash. Um, uh, but no, you know what? If it's a PSA 10, I'm there. I'm there. I love nines and tens. If you're Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, maybe I'll chase an eight or somebody like that. But I just want it to be. I want it to be trouble free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to have to worry about is it going to grade or not. I got lucky with Richie's card, and I got lucky with one of Caleb Williams from somebody. I can't remember who it was, and I got lucky and it gemmed. But for every one of those lucky ones that I've had 10 that have come in and been like, man, this is bad.
Yeah. You
This
ain't
is
kidding.
real bad.
I hear you, man. So speaking of winning lines and winning flashes and all that, I see you all over, like I said. What is it that draws you to the groups that you frequent on Facebook? What is it about those rooms? Because there is a bazillion rooms. All the guys are in a ton of them. I'm sure you get tags from rooms you never heard of all the time. What is it that keeps you in the ones that you frequent?
Man, relationship. 100% relationship. I'm in the collective because even though I'm not an admin or a mod in there, I still consider them family. I got a lot of great friends. Obviously, Andrew and Pat, probably my two best friends in the whole card industry. Sorry, guys, anybody out there who thought otherwise. Paul Patera, I don't know how Paul pronounces his last name, but that's what I'm going with. Paul Tressel, those guys, these are all my best friends in the industry. So
Right.
where they are, I am. Firestarter, Patrick Zerno, guys like that. I like those guys. I know that they don't get along. Everybody doesn't like those guys, but I like those guys. The Eric Hills, the relationships I built. Cards Are Us, man, I'm in there for the home runs. But I'm also in there because I really like, Dylan and Caleb and Braxton and yeah, even Chaz. I mean, yeah, just a little bit on Chaz though. You talk about Cardtastic and Cardtastic, it's got William Ryan and Joby and guys like that. And that room right there, that's just a room for everything. I can
Yeah.
chase silver, I can chase memorabilia cards. They got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so what really gets me in all those rooms, it comes down to relationships I've built. Every room I have a strong tie in. If I don't have a strong tie in that room, I just don't stay anymore. I've gotten out of a lot of rooms because of it.
Yeah.
So I'm only in what, one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 rooms now. I
Wow.
used to be in as many as 30.
Jeez.
So I've cut way back and I'm only in the rooms where the people seem to, be easygoing and good guys to deal with and they support each other.
I dig it. As far as that goes, so all the guys you mentioned, either I have a fantastic relationship with, or I know who they are. I know they're trustworthy. They're friends of friends, stuff like that. They're just names you see. So,
Mhm.
uh, I, you know, I think, something I'm doing when we get new people trying to join the room, and I learned this from True Blood, and it's a wonderful hack right off the and Dutton right off the rip. Is the first thing I do if I don't recognize the name, which is rare, because I bank, so I see them all.
Yes, all
Uh,
right.
um, is I click on our mutual groups. I don't go to friends, I go to mutual groups. And if I don't see those, crew tastic, if I don't see those rooms right off the rip, ugh,
Mm,
I get a little hesitant. I get a little hesitant. Then I have to do some more work. But if I see those rooms and they're in there playing and I can quickly make a decision, then then I approve it. And I think that says a lot. Just there's gonna be a couple guys in each of those rooms that that if 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 they vouch for him, whether I know those guys or not, then you know, I'm
all
I'm
right.
good with it. So how about hobby mentors? Is there anybody that stands out that kind of, I don't want to say showed you the ropes, but maybe some pointers? Like I know you've mentioned some of your friends in the hobby, but anybody, particularly that like you're not sure about something, you go to them, they give you some good advice?
I'm in a group chat with I call it the two Pauls, me, Tressel, and Patera. We are constantly bouncing questions and talking to each other about things. They always have some pretty good insight. Have a terrible choice in football and baseball teams, but they've got good insights on other things. And I've watched videos and just watched the way I've never really, had deep conversation with him, but William Ryan to see what he does with various things.
Yeah,
He'll put stuff out there in jest and it's just the way he is, but you'll kind of pick up things. And I've changed the way I've done a few things just from reading from him. I've learned a lot from just watching guys and talking to guys like Braxton,
mhm.
McCullers, and guys like that. That have got a lot. They go to a lot of shows. They're very active in the rooms they're in. So I don't have really one mentor, but I have a whole kind of community of people that I just draw little bits of information here and there and try to make the best out of it I can.
I dig it. Yeah, well, all those guys you said are like wealths of knowledge for sure. And Will, prior to doing the interview with them, just our discussions and talk about polarizing figures, and everybody's got an opinion one way or another on everything, but especially him. And then when you talk to him, you're like, dude, this dude is a freaking sweetheart. He he
Oh,
legitimately cares. You know, he legitimately cares. And I know this from conversations that others have had with him, and they were like mind blown. And I'm like, see, we just judge quickly, you know, it's wild. But
you
and you know,
can't
he
you can't judge people based off of Facebook posting because you
no.
can't read a post. Look, man, there's been a couple of times I've had some really bad runs, and it's just like out of nowhere, just Will like jump in one of my lines. He has no business. He doesn't want that card. I know dang well he doesn't want that card, and he'll throw 100 at it just to do it.
Yep.
And it's just like, you're having a bad time, and this guy comes out of nowhere, or he'll say something encouraging, or he'll send me what I should be ordering if I go to an In-N-Out burger. I mean, he gives you the advice, and he has a strong opinion on that. Next time you get him on there, ask him, "Hey, man, what's your order at In-N-Out?" And just let him go, man. He gave me a 5-minute conversation on how to order. Uh,
Did it end with making an animal?
yeah, you got to do the animal fries and a
Yeah.
Neapolitan shake, and I
Yeah.
mean, triple stack if you can handle it. I'm just like, what the
That's
heck
some
am I
Southern
doing?
Cali dudes, man. That's yeah, they know what it is.
They
He
know.
well, he put me on with Mike Denman and just talking to man, that dude talk about I love the way he does things, but he's not that, you know, out there like that. He just
Yeah.
that's not his style. I don't think. I've been trying to get him on maybe one day, but better than that, it's these dudes you think like I never thought Will would answer me. Uh I never thought Draper would respond. I never thought, you know, Denman would answer my message. All of them, you know, and they're busy, but like just the fact that those dudes, you know, they'll talk to you, and that shit's awesome. So,
Oh
I,
yeah.
you know, you got to appreciate that. So, um, you've been around Facebook for a while. How much has it changed over the past few years as far as sports cards go?
Oh man. So I cut my teeth. Obviously, I've been around Facebook since what 2005. Somewhere around in there. I got into collecting, and believe it or not, it started with gold and silver.
Hmm.
That's where I started. I used to get in the gold and silver rooms. The other day, I flashed a bar of silver, and I'm hesitant to tell anybody, but I won that on a $200 line. One spotted it for 20 bucks, and I wound up flashing it for almost 1,800 spots.
Oh
So,
yes, dude.
I cut my teeth in that, and then I moved from there to mini helmets. And
Mm,
I really, man, the artist himself, I know he gets a lot of flack. A lot of people don't know him, but Nick Aguilera over at Tough Breaks, he's the artist. That's what I call him. The president. I mean, the guy got me really into wanting to collect helmets. I've got helmets for days. He's custom made some helmets for TJ and his
hmm,
T1D stuff. I mean, he got me really into this, and then I just kind of transitioned into sports cards. And what I've seen, when I first got in, flashing wasn't a thing.
mhm.
It was lines. Everybody did lines, and then all of a sudden we started seeing fatals and head to heads and the tin toppers, which are just Satan's destruction. There, man.
Here, you know
Uh,
what? Break
oh,
if you would tell explain to everybody because I was talking to Kane about this, and I was trying to do a Facebook terminology interview with Dutton, and then we got sidetracked like 10 minutes into it, and the whole thing went elsewhere. But that's how it is with him and I. Like it just
okay.
we can't. We're like two squirrels, you know. So like those kind of things, like I think everybody understands what a mini is, but like when you look at these rooms, when you have things like fatals or head to heads or ten toppers, like it's very off-putting for some people who don't know what that is. So if you want to explain any of that, dude, please break
Uh,
it down for some guys.
let me give you a couple of my least favorite, except it's one of those addictions, is the tin topper. And that one's very simple. You buy a spot, 10 spots, right? And so how it works is they run it for 10 rounds. Whoever gets the top spot in each round gets that corresponding spot in the next round. So me and you were in a 10 topper, you get the first spot in round 1, round 3, round 5, and round 10. They're going to rerun the list here on a normal random, and you're going to have spot 1, 3, 5, and 10 in that. and so on and so forth. So whoever had them for each round gets that spot. On the other side of that, the flip side, whoever had the bottom spot owes whatever the fee is for that one round. So 10 people are going to wind up paying whatever that fee is for that round.
10, yeah,
So
10 spots are going to wind up paying.
exactly. So if
Mm-hmm.
the fee is $10 for the bottom, because it's $100 spot you're playing for, you wind up with 5 bottoms, you're paying $50.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it's a very risk reward situation here. So then if you carry over and you had 7 tops, well, then, I mean, you could very easily be 7 out of 10 spots coming in. And now you got a good chance of winning that spot in the next one. They're going to random at a normal amount, and whoever gets the top spot gets that spot you've been playing for. So there's
Right.
2 rounds in a 10 topper. The other one, this one's my absolute favorite, are bottoms. I love bottoms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people don't run them more. Make bottoms great again, okay?
Nice.
Make bottoms great again. Bottoms are wonderful. 10 spotters usually what it is, and the top spot will get a spot. The next, 2 through 8, they don't owe nothing, and then 9 and 10 wind up paying for the whole spot. So if it's $100 for the spot you're playing for, number 1 doesn't pay anything and they win that spot. 2 through 8, they don't owe nothing, they don't get nothing. 9 and 10 pay $50 each.
Mm-hmm.
Straight and to the point.
Yep.
And to me, that's a low risk situation. I could buy 1 spot and I'm trying for a home run, right? I want that 1 spot to turn into the top spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't, I've got 8 chances to not owe anything.
Yep.
And how that works out really good is if you're in groups like Cardtastic or Cards R Us and they're running bottoms, you could worm your way all the way into one of these massive card finals, that could be, 3, 4, 5, 6 grand of a
Mm-hmm.
card that you're playing for and not come out of pocket any money. That's what I love about bottoms. Those are my favorites.
Dude, I have bottomed my way into so many case hits. It's gross. Like, it's disgusting how
Listen,
many I've done that. You're right, man. I haven't seen it in a while, I guess, in lines I've been paying attention to. Maybe I'll run one here and throw
I
bottoms
think
on
it's
it.
because Jordan Hill has shout out to him. He hates bottoms. Those things eat his lunch. He wins at so many things. He'll say, "Oh, I don't win."
I never
Come on,
win.
bro. Come on, bro. I've
Right.
seen you. The number of times I've seen him 15 or less spot in a flash and win it is sick.
Mm.
But man, you put a bottom there. If he buys 2 spots, he's double bottoming almost every time. That dude cannot win a bottom to save his life. I don't know if it's changed for you, Jordan. If it has, I apologize. But I'm just testifying to a few months ago where I thought you would have cursed bottoms.
I think him and Pat are the, like, Pat Trueblood lives at Lake Double Bottom. Like, he parks his RV at Lake Double Bottom and then he fishes all day. That's where he's at.
He wheels his wheelchair up to the edge, kicks up his nursing home gown,
with
and yeah, it's right.
Without a doubt. Right on. So let's hop into to my favorite segment, Flash or Fact. It's very basic. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to respond with fact being fact or flash being fake. So, Flash or Fact is presented to me and us by my homies over at Enigma Trading Company. They're my dudes. They've always been down. They put me on. If you guys are making repacks and need supplies, hit them up. If you don't want to make your own, hit them up. All right. So, Nick, I'm going to throw out that statement. You tell me if it's flash or fact. It's real easy. All right.
All right.
All right. Here we go. So, good Facebook etiquette, good Facebook group etiquette is the real separator between hobby pros and hobby tourists.
Fact.
Okay.
Fact.
Most people say they want OG lines, but their wallets chase mega lines.
Fact.
That's
I'm
me,
right
dude.
there. Fact. I mean, I'm trying not to. I want to say flash, but it's like, oh no,
I
that's
know.
me, man. Fact it. You gotta
Totally.
fact it.
In a flash, the card matters way more than the card owner or the host.
Flash.
Amen.
Listen, names can drive a flash. I mean, you look at Wink, you look at Matt Villain, you look at Will, you look at those guys, and those guys can throw up. They don't normally, but they can throw up subpar cards and still
Mhm.
do very, very well because they support everybody to some extent. They support everybody, and therefore people are going to return that support in hopes that those guys will support. So that's flash. I mean,
Yeah.
I have won cards that had no business, only flashing for $500 in total spots, should have been double, triple that. I've
Mhm.
won on cards like that because the guy's not very well known, doesn't have the support.
Dude, those 3 names you just said, me personally, it's just a me thing. I will like that somebody tag them. I will not tag either of those 3. I will not do it, and I've had a conversation with one of them recently about that, because, uh, eh, when they drop, they tend to drop heavy.
Mhm.
Um, I don't play in enough of their lines. I don't jump in enough of their flashes. So and I told one of them specifically that, after he jumped in mine. But if somebody else, like if I'm banking my own flash and somebody tags them, I will like the fuck out of it. So
Hey,
don't get it twisted, but
you know what? I used to not want to tag Will. It has nothing. I don't know. It wasn't that I was intimidated or anything by him. I felt like everybody did it.
yeah.
And he messaged me one time and basically, didn't cuss me, but cussed me out and said, you need to message me. Message me every time. And he goes, I'll choose if I want to get into that one for that card or not. And he goes, I may not jump in all of them, but he goes, I want you to message me.
That's
And you know
cool.
what? Some of these guys are pretty much like that. Now, Blaine, I'll give him a hard time. The guy can't fish. Obviously, he's made the comment he can't fish. He's terrible at it. So I'm gonna fish at him a little bit. I'm gonna take some snipes at him. Wink is a very hit or miss. If he wants your card, he's going at it. If you got a
Mhm.
Josh Allen and you don't tag him, he'll still find you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
all there is to it.
Yeah.
But you're right. I feel like I have a tag list that I tag everybody,
Mhm.
especially when I'm banking. I tag a certain guy because these are the guys that get in a lot of flashes. I'm
Yeah.
not tagging them because I want them to support. I'm tagging them because I want them to know that there's a card
Yeah.
they potentially could want. I'm not going to tag any of those guys. I don't even bother tagging any of those guys if I'm running a $200, $300 card. But if I'm running a Caleb Williams downtown, yeah, I'm going to tag them because that's
Mhm.
probably a card they're going to want. They're going to want a piece of it so they can turn around and either flip it to make more money to fund their business or put it in their own PC.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense because usually my broke ass is not running anything more than a $200 or $300 card. So there it is. There it is. So, all right. So here we go. Flash or fact, though. Let's stay on
Okay.
flashes. Flash or fact. Flash culture has created more fake bankrolls than real collectors. So you can take
That's
that.
That's a fact.
Hell yeah.
There are people that are using flashes to fund a lifestyle, and I'm telling you, it's really bad. Listen, I got a lot of respect for some guys. I'm not going to bring their names up. I'm just
Sure.
not going to do it. Okay, they're nice guys, all right,
Hmm.
but they're flashing 4 days a week. I don't care if they're 430s. They're telling, and then they'll turn around and they'll drop the line that, man, I'm spending 2 or 3 grand a week on flashes myself, so I've got to flash to do it. I was like, bro, stop it. You got to stop. Okay.
Yeah.
I bank in one room. I pull lists in all the other rooms. So whenever I'm running cards, I can do it. I know who's in what. You're not in it. You got to stop. Okay. You got to stop. You're not doing it. You are literally spending money somewhere. Maybe it's outside of the hobby or whatever it is, but you're using flash money to help potentially uh, fund something else.
Hmm.
But you're living outside of your means.
I get it.
You gotta stop. You flash once a week. I mean, I flash 2 times and then I'll take a week off, and then I'll flash 2 times and I take a week off. So I just flash twice. You probably won't see me flashing much this week, if at all. In fact, I don't have anything on the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay. uh, too many people are trying to live the bankroll through a flash, and it's just not the way to do it, man. I still
I agree.
believe lines are the way to go.
Mhm.
Lining cards are the way to go. You create support, you put good things out there, and people and you get enough money to be able to chase your dreams.
That there man, that I agree. That is 100% a fact. I probably flash 3 times a month. I'll do a
Mhm.
late night, I'll do a lunch, and I'll do a main, and they're all in the collective. Actually I probably wouldn't flash more, but it doesn't matter because nobody asked me to flash anywhere else, and it's like, damn, I know I spend 80% at home. I get it. And then the 20% is probably one of our guys elsewhere. So I mean,
Yeah.
understandable, completely understandable. But yeah, I don't know if I would, man. Dude, I don't even like tagging people. I will tag somebody and somebody else's before my own. It's just a weird thing for me.
I
Um,
get that.
yeah, it's just, man, like, to be honest with you, I don't even want a line or flashcards for myself at all. I want to do this. I want to do downtowns for people. That's what I want to do. But I think to get there to where I want to be, I still gotta stay pretty relevant. In the line area. Just how it is,
Yeah.
you know. I don't want to fucking sell cards at all. Like dude, I hate it.
Honestly, if I could win cards very consistently, I'm not sure I would ever flash a card. I'm just gonna
Right.
be honest with you. I wanna keep everything I flash to whenever, I don't have time to line, I'll flash a card to build up some money so I can chase other cards. Now,
Wow.
when you're as cold as I am, you're not exactly doing very good. I should probably just buy cards, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and yeah, when you go on that losing streak, man, you gotta
Oh
if you're gonna
man.
support, you gotta have a bankroll to do it. You cannot pull from the house because
That's right.
Mama Bear will beat that ass. So,
That's right. When wife finds out, you
yeah,
dead man.
yep. So, do you think there's too many Facebook rooms now that are flashing and flashing
I
too often?
I that is flash on the first part of that, fact on the second part. Flash, are there too many rooms flashing? No, I don't think there are. I don't. I think that it's great. Fact that some of them are doing it way too often. And a shout out to them that keep trying to do it. But listen, you're watering down the culture. I'm seeing cards out there that have no business being in a flash. Yeah, it may be worth $130, but it's a Michael Strahan autographed ungraded card. What are you legitimately going to get for that?
Yeah, yeah,
What are you legitimately going to get? And nobody's chasing that. Put that baby in a line. You want to flash a Mahomes? Flash a Mahomes. You want to flash a Hurts? You know, light it on fire, throw it in the
I,
garbage. Nobody wants that trash, Mike Williams. Nobody wants it. But if you want to, if you got a mid range card that's just not going to do all that great, hey, bro, line the card. Okay. There are
dig it.
people out there that will chase that card
Hmm.
because they're Giants fans, Paul Tressel. There are people that are out there that will chase the card because they're Cowboys fan, Paul Patera. These guys will chase these cards.
Yep,
They're
yep.
not gonna do it in a flash. They're not gonna drop $20 on that card in a flash when they're not interested in chasing it for nothing.
In that card. Yeah, and s speaking of back to the bottoms, if your line's stalling out, throw bottoms up, throw a mini up, see what you can
Exactly.
get there. Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree, man, and the lines are safer. Now, to be fair, sometimes dudes don't have a lot of time to line or, and you should not line and not pay attention to that line. So here, hit me up, I'll do it on the cheap for you. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? I'll run that line.
Hey man, listen, get in tight with somebody that knows what they're doing. I mean,
Yes.
get in tight with somebody that's got a name and just say, look, help me out here.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get my name going here. That's great. Okay. So, hey, Steven's not very well known. He needs somebody. He comes to me. Nick, you know people. Help me out here. Hey, no problem. Hey, I'm lining this card for Steven. We're going to do it 10 at 10. All
Mhm.
right. I may only make $10 on it. I'm okay
Mhm.
with that. If it
Totally.
helps Steven get going in the industry and
Yeah.
hey, ship that card out though. Hey, listen, if I'm going to line a card for you, ship
Yep.
that card out that day. Get that thing, get a label for that thing, drop
Dude.
that thing in the mail tomorrow because you're using my name to do it. And I want that tracking. But, start off little bitty, I mean,
Yeah.
some of these guys didn't really know them well, and you watch them come in and they're doing good. I think about Brendan Olson. I mean,
Dude.
I remember what 6, 8 months ago, I'd never heard of the guy, or 9 months ago, whatever it was, I'd never heard of the guy. I've already met him once. He comes up here and works sometimes. So we've met for lunch one time. But I told him, I was like, when we first getting in the room, just line something small.
Yeah.
Get your name out there. Line something for a good deal.
For
I
sure.
mean, you beat that right there. Listen, you want to get your name known, you want to start getting your name out there, people want to chase you, go out and line a card that may comp at $100 and line it for $100
Yeah.
instead of doing it for 120 or 130, or line
Amen,
it at
man.
80 just to say, look, I'm trying to get my name out there. That's all
Yeah.
I'm trying to do. Do a
Facts, man.
giveaway. Do
Yeah.
a giveaway. Run 5 or 6 cards and then go, hey, everybody that was in my card, I'm running a giveaway and I'm giving away. Don't give away a little $5 card either.
No,
Come
give
on,
away.
be real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give
So
away something's worth money.
this is that's it, dude. I try to buy so I can line at or under comps. I try, and it doesn't always happen. And sometimes I gotta, but dude, that is my shtick, man. It's being that dude that isn't the 25% over. Sometimes I am, but like, dude, seriously, that is my thing, is to do that. And I try to snap because I don't want to sit here all day. I want to
No,
post something that's gonna go, and dudes would be like, why didn't you tag me? I didn't tag anybody. I'll also
that's right.
I couldn't keep up because it was 5 minutes, you know?
I run a lot of cards where I may do 2 groups of tags. Now, right now, I got a Travis Kelsey up that I haven't done a lot of tagging. I need to tag a little bit on it, but
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm just having a little fun with it. It's posted and I'm just letting it do its thing. And hey, by about 5 o'clock here, if it hasn't closed, I'll jump in there and tag the crap out of everybody and I'll have it closed in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
closes on its own, no harm, no foul. It's an easy line.
When I was setting up, because I haven't been on much today, when I was setting up, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw Andrew in like 6 of the damn spots.
Oh,
So
that's because you notice, I think I said Will Overton,
yeah.
Pat Trueblood, they all got on and just said, hey, take me one spot so and so as Andrew. And I just got to laugh. I was kind of hoping it would keep going, that everybody would fill the whole thing up as Andrew. I was like, now everybody's going to have to go look and see what spot they had. So that way they could
Dude,
see who won it.
when we get off here, grab me a spot as Andrew, if there's any. And if people need proof, watch these fucking videos.
There you go. Hey, go watch the 101 interview. He
Yeah,
called the spot there.
I did. If there's any, give me a random as Andrew.
I'll do it.
For
I'll
sure.
do it.
Yeah. Andrew's the best, man. I love that dude. I love that dude. And
Yeah.
Brendan too. We've built quite a good banter relationship, man. That dude is got some movie quotes and some outstanding
He'll talk for days, man. He'll
he's a
talk
good
for
dude.
days.
He's a good dude, and he's all about some kind of weird jelly. I don't know if he's ever sent you some of those pictures. I ask strange stuff. So like if he sends me something, I will like pick out something in the background and go, what is that? But
Oh, dear
he's great.
Lord.
Connor too. Like both them guys, good dudes.
Connor, I've never said 5 words to over the phone or over things, but we will banter back and forth. The jokes don't stop when him and I get going back and forth. It's like, we get almost, I hate to say it, but sometimes we could take over a flash,
Dude.
going back and forth, not meaning to.
Yeah. So, with that, how much do you think that helps a flash out when there are outside guys doing, posting, doing stupid shit, whatever it is, talking? Do you think that helps or hurts it?
I think it helps. I mean, there are some people that say, "Hey, man, that clogs up a flash." I get it. I get where you're coming from. But
No,
listen,
I don't see that.
when I do a flash, like one of the guys I flash with over in, I know it's not a big thing between rooms, but Firestarter, I flashed me and Patrick Zerno. Um, him and I, the whole flash is a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going back and forth. He's talking about me needing antacids. I'm going back, he's talking about how I'm going bald. I'm
Mhm.
talking about him being bald, and his neck beard. And we're going back. It's gonna go back and forth, dude. And then people jump in. They grab spots and because they don't want to be commenting on the jokes and not taking spots.
Right.
And to me, it makes it more fun like that. It makes it more fun when people are interactive with it. Man, crack a joke.
Yeah.
And that's one of my big knocks on some of these people rooms that don't allow comments is like you take a lot of the fun out of it too. That there's fun to be that.
Oh,
When
man.
I did your flash the other day and I said owner is trash.
Dude.
And you were like pictures or prove it. All right, you want a
Yeah.
picture?
You
Hey,
know I do.
thank you, Chat GPT. I'll
Yeah.
get you a picture. Give me about 5 seconds. Let me get it. And hey, man, it did a dang good job on your picture
It
too.
did. It did fantastic, and I'm taking it to my boy John Alberts, and that is going to be actually, I had to send him a bunch of other stuff. Shout out to John. John can do
You
fantastic
can.
work, and slab it up for you. I can't slab it, so I'm going to John. So if you want a one-on-one one, it's gonna get slabbed by him. It's just
Oh
how
yeah.
it is. But that's my buddy. That one that you sent me, the garbage pail one, is fucking dope. So dude, I was loving that. I'm a big fan of engagement. I think it boosts algorithm up.
It is.
I'm a I'm big into that aspect of things, obviously. And I think it's a good thing personally. If the room don't like it, room don't like it. If I'm flashing, dude, talk shit, and you don't gotta grab a spot, but you drop a picture, I'm all over it, dude. I love it,
That's
man.
right.
That's my thing. So,
Yep.
um, I don't know, man. Nick, we kind of hit a lot of stuff. Like quite a bit of stuff. We kind of skipped over a lot, but I think the inner workings of Facebook are very important. And I think you're one of those dudes that, like, if I have a question, whether it's a what should I do with this with a card, or hey man, what do you think about what's going on over here? I truly value your input on it, and I know that I will get a honest answer back. Also, you kind of mentioned something about like rooms not getting along. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me ever. My
Mm,
job,
mm.
I'm me. I love. Hey, I'm Team Collective all day. Of course I am, dude. I love playing
Obviously.
those
Yeah, there's
guys.
nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
No, of course not. But with that being said, like, I also have no problems with people. I don't get into that, man. I
I
do
don't
my
I don't
thing.
buy into it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, with these room people, they want to be all proud. They want to do all their stuff. And I'm gonna say it, and
Mhm.
it may not be a popular opinion, but here it is. When admins and mods between rooms fight, they don't hurt the admins and mods. They hurt the people running lines and flashes.
Yeah.
They hurt those people. They cost your people support because you can't put your pride aside and say, I'm not getting involved in that.
Yeah.
Or, it's an unpopular. Stop it. You're a grown adult.
Yeah.
Stop it. Listen, if you don't like what somebody's flashing, keep that opinion to yourself. All right. You don't have
Right.
to jump into it. You don't
Yeah.
have to like it. If
Nope.
you think what they're doing is going to close their room down, guess what? Let them close the room down then,
Yeah.
but it's not your room to make that decision, and it's not your room to make that opinion.
Yep.
So shut your yap, stop costing your people money.
Mhm.
And that goes for any room that does that. You don't have to like it. You don't like what they're doing over there. You don't have to support.
Yeah, don't
But
do it.
don't be the
Mhm.
reason why people leave a bunch of rooms because you got to have your comments and your comments have to be right. It's
Yeah.
childish. You
I
don't
agree.
need that.
I agree. And I yeah, I would never, and I'm not gonna, comment on what other people are doing at the exact same time I'm doing
Yep.
something either. It's just not my world. Now what I will do later is talk about it, dude. I will talk about shit I see on scammers. I will talk about issues that happen. That's what I do, but while in real time, never. That's just not my thing. And I think everybody's grown. Most people are very few childish people, and we're all in the same rooms. We're all in the
Mhm.
same damn rooms. So that
We should be. We should be. And guess what? What's going on and being flashed in Firestarter needs to be different than what's being flashed in Collective, than what's being flashed in Pub and Cardtastic and Cards R
Totally.
Us and Card Exchange
Mhm.
and Fire Pools. And what it should be different. We want to see a variety. It should be like a buffet, and you should be able to go pick and choose what you want to eat from and let that be what it is.
Yeah, Olsen flashed, what was it, last night or the night before?
He did. He
There
last night he did a Joe Burrow
Yeah,
PSA 9 downtown.
yeah, so, without even thinking, I dropped my little, people think Connor made it, I made it. Of course I made it, like the Brendan Olsen, congrats, nice, but I didn't even think about the back of it. The background of it has the like fuck these runners things, but it's got kind of like the collective vibe to it.
Yeah.
I did not think about it for a second. I just dropped it because Brendan's my buddy and it's hilarious. I didn't hear nothing bad at all. I got a bunch of likes. That's what
Nobody, hey, listen, and I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything. Nobody gonna say
Yeah,
anything. And if they do, what are you gonna do? Are you willing to cost your people money because we can't get along?
right.
My favorite thing that happens a few times a year is when all the rooms drop all their crap and come together for something, whether it's a loss of somebody in the industry or it's somebody's kid who's sick or, or have lost a child or something like that. And then for 5 minutes, it's kind of like Christmas time, man. For 5 minutes, everybody forgets that we're the collective, we're the pub, we're, Cardtastic, and everybody
Mhm.
just says, go on over to whoever's hosting this room and jump in and get spots because we lost a giant in the industry
Yep,
or we lost something. And I hope that if something ever happens to me someday, the industry will come together and support my kid and wife in the same way,
for sure.
because that's what we do best. We should do more of that stuff. We should be doing flashes for cancer research, type 1 diabetes research. Tourette's is one they did the other day. We should be doing stuff because it's a way we can give back that if everybody in the room that's active, was it 5,700 people in Collective? If Collective ran something and everybody in the room that's active, 22,000 people, just say, if everybody gave, $10, we'd have 20 grand to
Yep,
combat whatever it is we're combating.
dude, for sure. There's nothing better than the crossroom stuff, and when it's for a good cause, dude, everybody puts their nonsense. Look how anytime something, whatever room it is, when there is something going on, we did something for Stein the other day. The amount of
Okay.
people that come out of the woodwork to
Yeah.
give not only money, but then they want to donate something.
Right.
Like what last year, what the cross room for Andrew. Like, dude, fuck, man, that's the best thing in the
The
world.
the was it Daniel Bear Frazier, whatever his name is, when he passed away
Yeah,
last year, the number
yeah,
of people that came together, you're right with Andrew, with Carl, with, the other day, or a few weeks back, I think it was Kane was doing one. I think it was Kane. I can't remember who it was. They were doing it in Firestarter for Tourette's.
yes,
What Glenn, Rich, and Will did for TJ for T1D. You know, we have the ability in these rooms to not only collect cards, but we can just a little bit of time, we can affect change
dude.
across lives. I mean, why wouldn't we? Why can't we all just come together and throw together a bunch of $50 to $100 cards? Nobody, I didn't get it. Like, I didn't even check to see if I won anything in Carl
Nope.
Steins. I didn't care.
Yep.
I didn't check to see if I won anything in the Tourette's one. It just so happened I did, and somebody told me I did.
Yep.
I don't go looking for that. I'm not jumping in those to do any of that. I'm
Nah.
jumping in to support what they're all about.
Yeah, dude. When for Andrews, One Drock won a card that I had, and he messages me and he's like, "Dude, can you just like, if it's not too much work, can you just line it and send it to Andrew?" I'm like,
Yep.
"Absolutely."
Wyatt
And
O'Bay did the same thing for I don't remember whose it was. I donated a card and he came to me and he said, "Hey, line it and give him the money." no problem. I
Yep.
lined it, that thing snap filled, sent that money, boom, just better.
Yeah, it's better. Dude, I love it, man. And like, you know, I'm small potatoes, but I have a little bit of reach lately, and people reach out to me every day, just a new cat, and whether it's somebody I heard of or not, and be like, hey man, I dig what you're doing and I love it. So to be able to help TJ do something and watch, because he will just leap 100%.
Okay.
And that dude, that's gonna be cool. And again, like I said, man, we were supposed to do this forever ago. It's
Yeah,
on me and my shitty schedule, and
not a
just,
problem, man.
you know, I'm glad we're doing this. So like when this is done, it'll probably take me at the most a week to get it, tightened up. But like I can tell right now, I'm not gonna have audio issues, so it'll be fine. Um,
Yeah.
to be able to help and be part of that, dude, it's just super cool to me. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, let's see. Last thing I really want to ask, if you could rip, your favorite hobby product or whatever you wanted with a celebrity, who would that celebrity be?
Whew. You know what? You asked me this question
Mhm.
before, and I could not come up with a great answer. And I mean, I kind of thought about, man, it'd be kind of cool to rip some football with CJ Stroud or something like that, or some baseball with Nolan Ryan, although I really don't think he would care anymore. Um, I honestly not about a celebrity. You know what I'd like to do? There's a room that I was in when I was at Whatnot. Uh, Blitz Breaks.
Hmm.
He's a good friend of mine, Danny. Never met the guy in person, never met any of those guys except for Chris in person. Forget the celebrity. I would love to just get together at a card show with the 8 guys that are all kind of really started into that group, 8 to 12 of us or so that really were the cornerstones when he was getting started. And I would just love to do a live whatnot show with those guys and just rip football and rip each other. And that's exactly there would be more ripping of each other than there would be of ripping football, and it would be the best entertainment you've ever heard. Nobody would be safe. It would be hilarious, and it would just be a good time. Nobody taking it personal, just be fun to me. That to me, celebrities are great and all. I just want to spend time with people that I've never met that I'd like to meet.
That's cool. That is, dude. Actually, I don't know why I expected a different answer. That's perfect, dude. That is perfect. Well, Nick, we knocked out about an hour. I don't want to hold your lunch break up, but dude, I appreciate, like, truly, you taking the time not once but twice, and letting me try to highlight your story. The collective, not only the collective, tons of groups, dude, they're powered by people like you, dude. Just consistent, positive, always there, bringing the right energy. I never hear you saying anything bad about anybody, and that's what the member spotlight for us is about, dude. And again, dude, thank you so much for letting me do this.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I've enjoyed the interview, and hopefully there will be a second one where we can pick up where we just left off.
Heck yeah, dude, for sure, dude. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Take care,
I
Steve.
We'll see you, buddy. Later.